Good morning, YouTube. We gotta prep this Ferrari F430 to be sold. So it needs a new F1 accumulator and an F1 pump, which Josh is already working on.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, that is Josh, and this is a glorious Ferrari F430, which is for sale through our dealership, NG Supercars. But when we bought it, it had, well, a little bit of an F1 issue. We haven't been able to replicate this, but the seller said that sometimes in fourth gear, it would just hang up or have issues with fourth gear. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to just kind of refresh the F1 system. So we're putting on a new F1 pump, a new accumulator. We'll bleed it, make sure it's running great. We'll have it do a relearn, all this stuff. So we'll show you all that with our launch computer, and hopefully this thing will drive a little better.
Yeah,
and be good.
It seemed to drive okay, but we're just doing it as a precautionary thing.
Yeah, I mean, if he was reporting it, something was going on. The other thing is we'll probably put a new battery in this thing because that always helps. So having an old battery makes these things kind of do bad things. So like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see us work on these Ferraris and do some DIY stuff. We do appreciate your guys' support. And of course, check out normalguyssupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services for your cars. And NG Supercars, that is again our dealership where you can buy cars like this. So there is the old accumulator, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, that's the old one.
And so you can buy these. They're not super expensive.
Like a couple $100, I think.
Yeah, a couple hundred. You do have to
There's
get a little
the new pump.
Yeah, we got a new pump, so he's getting out the old pump. So you have to pull off the side panels right there to get access. That's kind of, I guess, the worst part is it's just kind of restricted access. It's not super
The
easy.
accumulator I took off with crow's foot, this thing, but you could use like a strap wrench too. And there's a bleeder screw on the back that you want to make sure you undo that bleeder screw to let the pressure out.
Yeah,
before
because
you take it
those
off.
could have like over 1,000 psi,
Yeah.
so you don't want that like.
Here, I'll show you on this. We have another one over here. This is the bleed screw right here.
Ah.
So you can just take that off and bleed it. It might be a good idea to replace this pressure sensor too. That might cause a problem if that's reading incorrectly.
So the funny thing is, because we've done some conversions, we have spare parts for F1 systems. We have spare squids, accumulators, pumps, all that sort of stuff. So I guess it's a good thing to keep laying around just in case something like this comes up. So once we do all this, it will probably have air in the system. So we're going to want to do a bleed.
Yep.
And there's actually also a bleeder valve that's like down here for the clutch. So we'll run through all of those things just to kind of make sure it doesn't have any fluid issues. While he's working on that, I guess I'll go up front and change out the battery. Oh, and actually, you can use a strap wrench. Sometimes you can get a wrench in there if you have a really thin one. You can see it is
I think if you
hex-shaped.
took the wheel off and took the wheel liner off, you could get to that easier.
It's just, there's
that's
no
a
way you
lot
can
of
fit a
extra-
big wrench in there.
That's a lot of extra work. That thing worked just fine. It came right out.
They did change the F1 pump multiple times throughout the run. 07s have a different pump than the 05s and 06s, like the 07, 08, 09s. I know the 360 went through 2 different iterations as well. So just make sure you got the right stuff for your year, because I'm not entirely sure if they're all interchangeable.
I'm not sure.
Oh, and the other thing that we're going to do is we need to install an anti-gravity battery in a Ferrari 360. So I don't know if you've probably seen us talk about these things, but they are awesome. It's a lithium battery instead of the lead acid, and see, look at that. I can just pick it up, no problem. It's like 15 pounds instead of 45 pounds. They have a bigger charge, and of course they come with a little remote control, which is right here. So it keeps a reserve of power in case the battery dies. You push the remote, it reactivates the battery. Usually it's enough to restart the car. Not always, depends on your car, depends on the size of the battery and all that stuff. So we sell those on our website, normalguyssupercar.com. You can use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. We are huge fans of those batteries. One quick note, if you buy one of these, you cannot use a normal lead acid battery tender. You need to use a lithium battery tender. So just so you're aware, make sure you use the correct things. You can use a regular charger, but not the battery tender. So you've got the high pressure side and then the suction side. So this is the pump side, return side, push side. And he's undone the bolts around the pump mount, I guess. And then over here we've got the battery, which we've done 100 times on these things. So there's two Phillips screws, one there, one there. Then that panel will fold down, so I'll unscrew those real quick. Well, this might explain why the car's been having some issues. That's the wrong size battery. That is a wee little battery. That's too small. T5 is probably not going to have enough cold cranking amps. We'll see when we pull it out. All right, remember, kiddies, do the negative terminal first. Yeah, so I already loosened it. Come on. Yeah, they got the vent hose just kind of dangling there too. Positive side. Oh, poop. Well, you can see the size difference. This is the battery, the correct size. This is the H6 Group 48. This is the T5. I mean, I guess it fit, but sort of not really. Also, fun enough, we do have different pumps. So this is the new pump we have. Shoot, that's the old pump. You can see it's definitely different. Has a different plug style and all that stuff. So we gotta look up how to get that thing. I believe there's actually a company that sells just the motor. So we're gonna try and see about just replacing that. All right, that battery took me way longer than it should have. It should have been like a 20-minute job, and it took me like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. That stupid bracket that holds it in place was just being a bitch. Anyway, battery's changed out. Josh has got new pump and new accumulator in there. He's adding Pentosan ATF, which is basically F1 fluid. Same shit. All right, I'll go grab the launch and we'll play with the computer. All right, we're in the launch, going into the 430, and we're gonna have to go into the transmission computer and all that fun stuff. All right, so I don't remember if it's a 301 or 231, so I think it's a 231. Double check real quick. We'll read the gearbox model.
It's not gonna be the 301.
There you go, 231. So we need to do an actuation test. Special function, there it is. We're gonna do a clutch actuator bleed. Let's do a self-learning and let that, see if it can relearn all the gears good. Okay, here we go. Okay, self-learning should start shifting. There we go. Okay. Still takes a moment. See how it's getting lower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sucked it down a little. Don't fill it too high because it will come back some when it's all done. Well, we can bleed the clutch. There's a clutch bleeder down there.
What are these for?
What?
These are bleed.
Those are for the E-diff. So we're gonna bleed the clutch, which is way down there. Pop off the little plastic cover and then hook up a bleeder and loosen the bleeder valve, and then it's open?
Yeah.
All right, clutch actuator bleed. All right, it lasts 1 minute. You ready?
I think it's loose enough. We'll see.
Okay, you got that thing on there. You might want to hold it because it'll push some pressure on it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Running procedure. Oh yeah, there it goes.
We're gonna have to put fluid in.
Yeah, once we're done.
I mean, like very soon, because it's putting a lot of fluid in there.
Oh shit.
A shitload.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna take this thing out for a drive, see if it needs anything or if it's running good. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, crank it. All right, let's see how this thing drives. Gotta get warmed up, check the PIS. I adjusted it the other day, but I still felt a little loose to
I
me.
think it feels, so far, feels pretty good.
Yeah? Oh yeah, that feels good.
That felt a little weird in third gear right
It
there.
did it like a stutter, didn't it?
Yeah. That guy must be really bored sitting on this backcountry road just
Right.
waiting for somebody to speed. Well, he can't see us right here.
He can hear us.
Ooh. It's idling kind of low, isn't it?
Yeah, let go of the brake and see if it rolls. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, something's not right.
Is it too tight? Maybe the PIS is a little too tight.
Would it cause that?
Yeah, it could.
Well, we could try loosening it a little.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like it's grabbing. It's gonna stall.
Yeah, it's trying to.
And stall.
It's in neutral.
Yeah, that's weird.
Look at the goats running away.
Oops, sorry, goats. Weird.
Something's going on.
Yeah, I don't think that's PIS. Almost sounds like it's running on half the bank.
Scan it and see if there's any
Oh,
colors.
shit.
Oh, it just died again.
Some sort of power supply.
I'm holding my foot on the gas so that it doesn't stall.
Yeah, there's something up. Gear release failed, gear engagements, wrong shifts. That's weird because it was running totally fine just a minute ago.
Yeah. It's way down on power.
Yeah, it's like it's running on half the bank. It's some weird shit.
It's got full power now.
I don't know what's going on, YouTube. Well, YouTube, we got some issues. Looks like we might have to convert it.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing, but poop. Man, this thing does not sound healthy.
I had to check it wouldn't go into reverse. So I had to put my foot on the brake and give it gas on the 12%.
Well, YouTube, I guess we're kind of trying to decide if we're going to convert this or we might actually fix it. The reason is because we think it's going to be about another month and a half until we get another kit. So we have all these good F1 systems that we've removed, so we might as well try and fix it. I think we're going to do that in another video, so like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Hit the notification bell, all that stuff. We'll be doing cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.